We're living in the final part of the last days, undoubtedly, the final part of the final part of the last days. This is the end of the world. This is the end of the world.
Hello there, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 4 of The Last Days live stream, the show that takes a light-hearted look at the unfolding apocalypse, or what will soon be the unfolding apocalypse, because, of course, for whatever reason, despite Stephen Lett telling us that it is the last days of the last days, for some reason, we're just not quite there yet, are we? So let's just enjoy the time that we have together. Let's try and have a little bit of fun and a few laughs. That's the whole point of the Last Days live stream. And today, what I thought I would do is have a viewer invasion. I haven't done one of those in a while. So this is the show where you get to come on if you want to. The only two rules are, please be respectful. That's not just for my benefit, but for everyone's benefit. And second of all, please, you need to have your microphone turned on. And sorry, your camera and your microphone turned on. And that's just to deter trolls. So in a short while, I'm going to drop a link in the description. You'll see Arthur is already there. He's got his blue spanner. And yeah, you'll be able to click on that link and that will put you into the green room for the live stream, and we can have a conversation and we'll hear your story. We'll see we'll see how the last days are going for you. Or if you have any questions or comments, that kind of thing. For now, let's take a look at the comments. Apologies, by the way, for taking a little bit of time with the setup. We were just, or I was just making a few tweaks, and Arthur's waiting in the green room to come on later and serenade us with his sing-along. So welcome to Panda, LS1JB. We have Louise Q. What's everyone wearing to the apocalypse? That's a good question. What do you wear in an apocalyptic situation? I suppose anything. Probably it's best to go out with a bang, I would say. Wear something flamboyant, wear something comedic. If you're going to be racing down a street as fireballs rain down and the earth is opening up beneath you, why not wear a gorilla costume? Just have fun with it. Dress in drag. I don't know. Wear a clown costume. That's at least gonna make a few people laugh amidst the screams of terror as babies and children dying. Oh, look, there's a clown, or there's a man in a gorilla costume being enveloped by fiery devastation. But it's a great question. Trent Coleman, 8240. Hello, Lloyd. Good to catch you live. Trent and I actually did an interview a while back, and as some of you will have noticed in my recent video, I'm going back to doing interviews. And this is actually a good moment to mention that if you are interested in appearing in a future interview video, then what you need to do is go to lloydonline.org and go to the contact page. If you scroll down, there is a form there that you can fill in. There have already been a few people who've filled in that form, and I will be in touch with them to kind of figure things out. I want to accommodate as many as possible. Obviously, I won't be able to feature absolutely everybody who who wants to be interviewed, but I want to give as many people a voice as possible. I think it's really important that we make this more of a community thing rather than just hearing my thoughts on things. You know, we have stories to tell, don't we? So let's get on and tell them. Mike Baker 8499 says hello from the heart of the Rockies in sunny Colorado. Hello there, Mike. You painted a nice picture there. It's been quite sunny here in Croatia as well today, actually. But yeah, that sounds like, I'm sure you have a beautiful part of the world where you're living. That would be an interesting place, wouldn't it? The Rockies, to experience Armageddon. You've got the mountains falling down on you rather than the skyscrapers. We have Ney Ely 3544. Hola, no sé inglés. It's okay. You don't have to speak English, but apologies that I don't speak Spanish. We've got Wolf Lover 0435. This person really loves wolves. Really loves wolves. Although it's a cat, confusingly, in the avatar. I'm going to need some... Yeah, I have questions. Hey, Lloyd, says Wolf Lover. Trent says, I would love to join you. Well, Trent, keep your beady eyes on the live chat, because in, let's say, about 10 minutes, I'll be dropping the link in, and we'll be hearing the thoughts and fielding questions from yourself and other viewers. Louise is from the UK, like myself. Fantastic. Okay. Panda LS1JB says, I am going to wear a disco outfit. Why not? Go down with sequins. I say, as those fireballs are raining down, let's have a few sequins. Let's have maybe like a gold jacket. What does one wear to a disco? You've got to have the flares, haven't you? It's the disco situation. Sorry, I need to turn my phone off. How unprofessional. Yeah, I think flares, I think sequins would be good if you're going to go with the disco option. Andre Chirif 4354 says, I know what I want to wear. I want to look like Stephen Lett. I think there's only one man on this planet capable of looking like Stephen Lett, and that's the man himself. Unless you were to have like an animatronic, I can imagine creating quite a convincing animatronic that would look like Stephen Lett with the jaw that kind of widens. But I'm not convinced a human could achieve that look. I think what makes Stephen Lett so special is he looks not quite human. So, yeah. But look, I think there's certainly irony there, isn't there? This is a mad conversation, isn't it? There we go. There's some imagination. Raven Tree Frog 2305 says T-Rex costume, LOL. Yeah, I love those. Are they like inflatable T-Rex? This is, I don't know whether anyone else likes Alan Partridge, but this just feels like one of those like radio phone-in Alan Partridge moments where it's like, give us your costume for Armageddon. And we're just getting all these wonderful random ideas. We've had Stephen Lett, we've had disco, and now we've got T-Rex costume. I love that idea. I love the idea of racing down the road, earthquakes, skyscrapers falling, fireballs, and you're there in an inflatable T-Rex costume. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a lovely mental image. Thank you so much. Victoria Roberts weighs in and says, I'm going for comfort, so we'll be wearing my pajamas. I mean, here's the problem, Victoria. The world is ending. You've got the fire and you've got the devastation. I'm guessing shards of glass flying around. I think whether you want comfort or not, it's not going to be a comfortable situation. And probably pajamas would leave you more exposed to pain and heat and that kind of thing. So the comfort would be short-lived. If we're going to be kind of super analytical. But then I know where you're coming from. Maybe so you've got your PJs on, maybe Hello Kitty, and you've got like some nice big fluffy kind of slippers. Yeah, I can imagine that being a bit amusing. So I'm gonna let that one through. Super chat from Frosty Glass 3738. Thank you so much, Frosty Glass. I got disfellowshipped when witnesses ran into me teaching my non-witness girlfriend how to ride a bike. Wow, that's a story. Frosty Glass, I mean, if you're able to, I think it would be really good to have you on the Viewer Invasion if you're able to appear on camera. No problem if you aren't able to do that. But I think the world needs to know about you getting disfellowshipped in that particular situation. There's questions there as well. That your girlfriend didn't know how to ride a bike. And that was the situation that got you DF. Wow. We need to hear more. We need specifics. But thank you for sharing that, and thank you for the super chat as well. Let's see if there's any more. Of course, Arthur's going to be wearing shirt, tie, and suit and go in service. That would be ironic if he was brandishing Jehovah's Witness literature, dressed as a Jehovah's Witness, and still getting destroyed. Well, let's face it, there will still be Jehovah's Witnesses getting destroyed, of course, because some of them do deserve, I guess, to go out that way. Panda has, I'd love to wear. Panda says, I was thinking silver sequin flares. You've got to have the flares if you're going to go with disco. When is the end this time? Well, that's the $1 million question. It's all we know is it's the last of the last days, or it was back in 2020 during COVID. So presumably now it's the last of the last of the last days. So you just add more to the sentence, I think, as it goes on. So Shoz2502 says, armchair, boxer shorts, popcorn. Well, the problem with that, okay, so what you're saying is you're not going to run, because obviously if you're in your armchair, how can you run? So armchair, would you maybe go with 3D glasses just to kind of make it clear that you're just watching? You'd maybe have a recliner, I think. Recliner would be good. You'd want your cup holder, wouldn't you? But yeah, boxer shorts and just chilling while the world is ending around you. I think there's some irony there. So yeah, I'm going to let that one through. Trent Coleman says, maybe just do a Burning Man thing, go naked. That's also an option. And I like that idea, if only because it's never going to end up on depicted in Jehovah's Witness literature, is it? And yet that would be a realistic scenario where the end catches you out in a state of undress. So some people are inevitably going to be taking a shower when the end comes. You don't have time. You're fleeing for your life. You don't have time to put on some clothes. You've just got to run in your birthday suit. So yeah, it's realistic and it's believable, even if it wouldn't make it into the literature for understandable reasons, unless there was a blurred out part of the illustration. Okay, I think we can maybe revisit this question, can't I? Think there's more. There are more possible suggestions that we can maybe field later on in the show or in another show. We've had a super chat through from Mike Baker 8499. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike's in Rocky Mountains, Colorado. I got disfellowshipped for smoking when I was 16 or so. My faith did not match the world I was experiencing. I left and lived with a friend for a while and have been independent ever since. Well, good for you, first of all, Mike. It's interesting that you got disfellowshipped for smoking. My grandma was a baptized Jehovah's Witness, but she was a chain smoker. She was smoking all the time. And it was actually hilarious because when we used to go and visit her, we used to knock on the door and there used to be like a pause of like a minute or two, and you'd hear her inside running around her flat and just, she was like spraying an air freshener because she thought that by opening the window and spraying an air freshener, that would erase the evidence that she'd been smoking the whole day, which it didn't, you know? So it was just like this thing where everyone knew that she was smoking, but as long as she wasn't technically caught in the act, she was allowed to continue, you know? And it just became this open secret. And yeah, she was never disfellowshipped. She somehow got away with it. I think my aunt, who was not just a Jehovah's Witness, but the wife of, she was the wife of the coordinator. I don't know whether she still is, but at one point she was, and she was buying my grandma cigarettes. Riddle me that one. It's crazy. Silas Coke Rationale says, Lloyd, how did you suddenly become so freakingly handsome lately? You look like the young King David. Thank you, Silas. I promise you that I haven't written this. But I am trying to lose some weight, or I have been losing some weight, and it's mostly through just eating less, working more and eating less, and drinking smoothies, basically. So I think, shall we do the viewer invasion? I need to quickly pull up the link, and I will drop it into the live chat now. So it should be appearing now in the live chat. If you click on that link, you'll see that Arthur is already there in the green room. And as long as I can see that you've got your camera on, I'm going to bring you in, and we'll have a chat. And again, all I ask, simple rules. We keep things respectful, and we show ourselves. Show yourself. Let me find the banner. There's a banner somewhere to show that it's the viewer invasion. Oh, that's it, banner. I haven't done a viewer invasion in ages. What could possibly go wrong? There we are. Right, there's the banner. We have someone for the viewer invasion. Welcome, Trent Coleman. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Long time no chat.
It's been ages, hasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I'm good, thank you, Trent. So, you're looking well, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I've lost probably about 70 pounds maybe since we last chatted.
I'm telling you, weight loss, it's the way forward, isn't it?
Yes,
Or is it?
Yes, it is.
Unless it's due to
Better.
stress. Stress can also be the reason. So sometimes it's
No.
yeah. No, okay.
It was diabetes, and they put me on some of that medication for diabetes, and my diabetes is basically gone. My numbers are great, and I've lost a bunch of weight. So win-win.
Wonderful. You've also got a bit of a Breaking Bad look going on, if you don't mind me saying, which is a cool look, by the way.
Thank you. Yes.
If I need any meth, I know where to go. So, so do you have any kind of? I have interviewed you on the channel, and viewers, you can if you type in Trent Coleman, Lloyd Evans, I'm sure the interview video is going to come up. Do you have any either updates for us, or views, or observations, or things that you just want to get off your chest today?
Well, I have been getting some interesting comments. As some of you may or may know, if you may or may not know, if you haven't seen the video yet, Lloyd interviewed me and we discussed the plight of transgender people and Jehovah's Witnesses. And so that was the conversation that we had. And living in the United States right now as a transgender person is absolutely insane. So the last part of the last days, trans folks are literally under attack. I just read a thing today in Kansas that trans people in Kansas got letters in the mail that they have their driver's licenses have been suspended, and if they want their driver's license back, they need to go and register as the gender that they were born. So can you imagine if I lived in Kansas and I go to the DMV and I say, I need to register as a woman, please, on my driver's license?
Wow. I mean, that seems excessive.
Isn't that nuts?
So what they're doing there is just because they can be assholes, because it's not like they have any doubt as to who you are. The whole point of a driving license is so that you take ownership for your vehicle and whether you're obeying the law or not. And what they're doing is they're using bureaucracy to make a point. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with the safety of road users, following road traffic laws, all of that kind of stuff, insurance. It's just purely them trying to make a point. And I think that's really sad.
Force Christian supposed values.
Yeah.
Because of course that's where all that's coming from, right? From the Bible.
Kind of, but it is a little bit ironic, isn't it, Trent, that, without wanting to in any way kind of make this a thing where people who are believers feel like I'm kind of turning on them, because I'm really not. It's just, it is an irony that this whole kind of rush to marginalize people and polarize people and make people fearful and make people hateful is led by a wing of politics that claims to be more Christian, and yet Jesus was supposed to be very inclusive, very merciful, very down with mixing with the sinners. He was criticized for mixing with sinners and prostitutes and tax collectors and that kind of thing. So it is a weird irony, isn't it, that that US politics seems consumed by this version of Christianity that's so alien from the version of Jesus that's portrayed in the Bible.
That is true. That is true. And that was one of the things in our interview that we talked about when I asked an elder, hey, because the elder was telling me, you can come back, right? And when I said, okay, well, let's just say I want to come back right now. So I put on a suit and a tie and I come down and introduce myself, or how does that work? And he said, no, I would have to go back to how I was before. I was like, had the surgery, ain't going back.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was kind of a strange thing too, even among Jehovah's Witnesses. They still don't have any clear-cut ways of handling a person that's transgender. Which I didn't want to turn this whole discussion into a transgender thing, but I guess you asked me.
No, well, obviously, and that's what our interview was about. And I think we made the point in the interview that that material on transgender people is conspicuous by its absence in the literature. I mean, it barely gets a mention, and it's almost like it's just a subject that they don't know how to deal with, so they won't deal with it. And it's just a kind of la 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 kind of heads in the sand. We're going to pretend this doesn't exist, I
wonder if like your grandma is smoking on the sneak, if there's any folks that have transitioned that are baptized on the sneak. Wouldn't that be something?
Well, I mean, I suppose if you wanted to, you could just disappear, couldn't you? And you could change your name by deed poll and reemerge somewhere else. And that would be a way around it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, nobody knows me where I live now. Like I could walk into a Kingdom Hall and just go for it. Go through all the motions, get to be a ministerial servant or an elder or whatever.
Hi, I'm Brian Cranston, and I'd like a Bible study. So, yeah. But no, seriously. But again, without wanting to kind of make things too political, look, I've spoken about my views on Trump before, and I'm just kind of genuinely curious. I do have friends here in Zagreb who are American. One is a Republican, one is a liberal, and I'm kind of curious about how Americans are feeling right now. I think it's objectively true to say that Trump is struggling in the popularity polls. So, it's fairly safe to say that most Americans, he's unpopular with most Americans, So I think my question would be, especially for people who kind of feel like an existential dread due to his political changes, how do you kind of get through this with your mental health? Do you just think, well, the elections are going to come at some point, he'll get voted out, and then hopefully all of this stuff's going to get reversed? Is that kind of what gets you through, or do you have a more kind of, let's say, morbid view that things are just getting spiraling and they're never going to improve? How do you feel?
No, I'm pretty much just counting down the days, and I'm happy that we have a midterm election. And I'm hoping that there is a blue wave where a lot of places in the House of Representatives, and maybe even perhaps the Senate, they're saying Democrats have a shot to even win the Senate in the elections that we have, and that if we have at least one branch in our three equal branches of government that is not on that can kind of put the brakes on, at least for the next 2 years. But these
so you're hoping that Trump becomes a lame duck president, and
absolutely.
Okay.
And I've learned to stop reading comments. Like I'll make a post about something, I'll read a few, respond to a few depending on my mood. But yeah, for my mental health, get away from the news too.
I was thinking about this. I'm actually writing a book right now It's actually a book on philosophy, even though I don't like philosophy, or I find philosophical books incredibly boring. So it's a book on philosophy as someone who doesn't really like philosophy.
I love it.
But you're already sold. You want a copy.
Absolutely. Sign it. I'll send you the money.
So I touch in one of my opening paragraphs about physics and about how there was a 2022 Nobel Prize that went to some physicists who established that nothing is locally real. In other words, matter is only there when we can measure it. It's only there when it's observable. And I was thinking today, it's kind of like that with trolls, isn't it?
Yes.
They're only there if you look at them. So that's kind of my philosophy now with trolls, is just don't look at them, and then
there you go, and they disappear. It's amazing.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. Trent, it's lovely to see you again. I really hope we can have you back on the I feel like we need a follow-up conversation, don't we? So, or if you feel comfortable, that is.
I would love to. Yeah, reach out anytime.
Or you can come on another viewer invasion, and we'll continue this conversation.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, I'm so glad I caught you, Lloyd, and it's wonderful to see you. Thanks, Lloyd. Bye, everybody.
Well.
You
care.
too. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
So that was Trent. Wow, that was a really good conversation. And thank you as well to Raven Tree Frog for that incredibly generous super chat. That really, really does help. As I explained in my latest video, I do need another spike with support for the channel. So if anyone can help in that way, it would be very much appreciated. I'm not seeing anyone else lining up for the viewer invasion. And honestly, I'm not sure we can top Trent. That was brilliant. So what we'll do now is we will go to our special guest. Hang on, let me take off the banner. Let's bring in Arthur Weber.
Oh,
the man
hello,
himself.
Lloyd. Yeah,
the man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the activist, the
Romanian
artist, the entertainer, the whatever. Yeah.
Romanian, DTP formatter, lover, singer, poet.
Yeah.
Do you ever do poetry?
Yeah, I've done. I mean, I've written lyrics.
Well, we know about your lyric writing abilities. So Arthur,
but true poetry, no, I haven't done true poetry.
Well, there's time yet.
Yeah.
So Arthur, do you want to share with the viewers what's going to be happening next weekend? We're going to see each other in the flesh.
Yeah, in the flesh once again for the third time, and the second time in 1 year.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be joining a German ex-Jehovah's Witness group, the Dodo Club, in Munich next Saturday on the 23rd. It's a full day spring barbecue event. That's how it's been marketed. It will have all kinds of fun activities and some talks by some special guests. So I'm really excited about it.
It'll be good. Do you own some lederhosen?
No
lederhosen.
No
okay.
lederhosen.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any either. I was just, curious. It's a mental image that I'm sure many of our viewers are already having. No, I'm really looking forward to it. And what's going to make it really special, because I was there last year, and it's a really great group of people. It's handy for me as well, because I'm in Croatia, and Germany isn't, and Munich in particular isn't that far away. It's a really great group of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who are, let's just say, focused towards self-improvement and growth and recovery. So they have like workshops as well. I think they're all in the German language, but they're nonetheless workshops that help people to kind of do group sessions and recover. So it's
and you actually understand a bit of German, as far as I know.
It, ich spreche Deutsch, aber nicht so gut.
So yeah, obviously it's almost as good as your Croatian.
My favorite German is "Das ist verboten." I think that's a wonderful thing to say. Das ist verboten. Or was ist los? What's going on?
Was ist los? Was ist los?
Basically, things that they say in World War II movies are the things that I like to say.
Yeah, or that famous saying. How was that? Es war ein Befehl. Der Angriff Steiner war ein Befehl.
Wow, that's unnerving. Unnerving. That's
the famous
single-handedly torpedoed this live stream by breaching the YouTube community guidelines just in one impersonation.
No, I think that's the most memed scene in the Untergang movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone in Germany, maybe we'll see you. If you are interested in attending, fill in the contact form and I can forward your information on to the organizers. That's fair, and there will be, what's the word? A little bird tells me that there's going to be a special release at this event.
Very.
You're not going to tell them? Should I tell them? We will be releasing the German fear brochure.
Here's the German English one?
There's the English one. What's the title of the German one, Arthur?
Fürchte dich nicht vor ihm.
There we go. It's easy for you to say. So that will be released on, is it Saturday?
On Saturday, yeah.
Saturday the 23rd. So
I'm really working on it in full swing this weekend. Well, the weekend is almost over, so yeah,
excellent.
I'm still having a few hours of working it and getting it past the finish line, so we can finally release it at the Dodo meetup.
Absolutely, looking forward to it. So you have gone to great pains to record a sing-along, and
yes.
Can I just say is it like a record length?
No, it's a bit shorter than the previous one.
It's a bit shorter.
It's only
than
11 minutes.
Ones. Okay, but what I need to do, which I haven't remembered to do in the past, is the intro. Can I find the intro? Yes, I can.
Everyone, and welcome to this first installment of Sing Along with Arthur for the year 2026. I am so happy for this God-given opportunity to step in front of the camera and share in this form of sacred service. And I'm sure we can all be happy about it. Some of the people we meet in the ministry are surprised when they see us smiling and happy. Honestly, when we look around us, there are indeed reasonable sources of worries. There is the war in Ukraine that has recently entered its 5th year and has since become the largest and deadliest war in Europe since World War II. Earlier this year, the United States and Israel started an armed conflict with Iran and its allies in the Middle East, which has since impacted the global economy as a result of Iran having closed the Strait of Hormuz. Moreover, we have witnessed a heavy decline of approval when it comes to President Donald Trump's actions, decisions, and policies, even by many Republicans. All these events show that Paul's words recorded in the latter part of 1 Corinthians 7:31 reflect today's realities more than they did in the first century. The scene of this world is changing. During these hectic last days, we see how the king of the north and the king of the south engage with one another in a pushing, according to Daniel 11:40. But as God's servants, we realize that these events fulfill Bible prophecy, and strengthening our faith can help us avoid falling in the trap of undue anxiety. So what's the main reason for our being happy? Evidently, we genuinely share the feelings expressed by the Apostle Paul. I'd like to invite you to open your Bibles with me and read Paul's confession at 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 11. And while you read these words, think about how powerful they are. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 11, and a couple of words at the end of verse 10 reads, "The wholesome teaching according to the glorious good news of the happy God with which I was entrusted." The first point we learn from this scripture is that Jehovah is the happy God. As imitators of Jehovah, his worshippers can also be happy. True happiness comes from finding our delight in the law of Jehovah, by meditating on scriptural principles and applying them in our daily lives. The word happy here translates the Greek term makarios, which in the Latin Vulgate is rendered as beatus, beati. Does it ring any bell? You betcha! I'm sure you immediately thought about the Beatitudes, the 9 promises of happiness or blessing Jesus made while giving his famous Sermon on the Mount, an account we so much love in Matthew chapters 5 through 7. And this thought brings us to the second point we can highlight in the scripture we are considering: the glorious good news. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is the center of this good news. He, by means of the ransom he paid, opened up the path of our reconciliation with our Heavenly Father. Through his ministry and the 4 accounts of his earthly life, we are invited to follow his footsteps and become his dedicated disciples. What a glorious privilege this is. We are even privileged to be able to visualize the gospel accounts brought to life on screen by means of the video series, The Good News According to Jesus. And we are so happy that as of today, May 2026, we can watch the first 6 episodes of this cinematic masterpiece. The careful study of this glorious good news provides the premise of finding a true and valuable treasure, which is also highlighted in this verse in 1 Timothy. Point number 3, the wholesome teaching. This is such an important idea. It's worth noting that scriptural teaching is wholesome. The Greek word rendered as wholesome in the New World Translation is hygienusei, that stems from the same root word as the English word hygiene. Thus, we can understand that Paul was referring to doctrine that is healthy, clean, sound, unaltered by lies, falsehood, or unfulfilled promises. But why is that important? Because the Bible gives us a warning that helps us to be vigilant in this regard. Open the scriptures with me at Deuteronomy chapter 18, and let's read together verse 22. While these words were penned about 3,500 years ago, they nevertheless carry a deep piece of truth. So is Deuteronomy 18?
No, they weren't. They weren't penned 3,500 years ago. Arthur, where are you? You're wrong. How can you lie to my audience? Nothing in the Bible was written 3,500 years ago.
But yeah, the traditional chronology
That's Watchtower. That's Watchtower's
that
teaching.
Moses wrote.
But Deuteronomy is 1st century BC. Therefore,
Yeah.
it cannot be 3,500 years ago.
But let's keep things from Watchtower's perspective. Let's not forget that this Bible-based talk is from Watchtower perspective.
So just in case any viewers are confused, I understand. Trent says, what are we listening to? Arthur enjoys, for reasons he knows, He enjoys parodying JW Broadcasting talks, and his sing-along has become basically him taking an excuse to do that as a very, very, very long intro to the song that he has recorded. So with that explained, let's get back to the show.
22. When the prophet speaks in the name of Jehovah, and the word is not fulfilled or does not come true, then Jehovah did not speak that word. The prophet spoke it presumptuously. You should not fear him. Indeed, this is another reason for our happiness. We were so thrilled earlier this year about the release of this wonderful 36-page full-color brochure. You should not fear him, why it's okay to question the truth, which helps each and every one of us to honestly reevaluate the validity of our faith without fear, without anxiety, and without qualms of conscience. The brochure has been released in English, Portuguese Portugal, Portuguese Brazil, and will soon be available in German, Romanian, Polish, Russian, Hungarian, and several other languages in which the translation is underway thanks to a wonderful team of skilled translators. Only with Jehovah's help is such a multilingual project feasible, and we thank you for your generous support through Patreon, YouTube channel membership, and all other means listed on the lloydonline.org website.
That was actually very good, thank you.
Last but not least, the Apostle Paul wrote to Timothy that he was entrusted with the good news, and so are we. It is definitely a heavy responsibility we bear in sharing the good news with our neighbors and helping them gain happiness. This is especially important throughout these coming weeks because starting with the weekend of May 8 through 10, Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide will be attending the 2026 conventions entitled Eternal Happiness. The convention program pamphlet and the invitation were released on jw.org in early April, and prior to each convention, the brothers and sisters are using the invitations in a 3-week campaign to invite interested individuals from among the general public to this important event. Additionally, 19 of the locations have been selected to host international conventions, which highlight the fact that our brotherhood knows no borders whatsoever. In anticipation of the convention being held in our local area, we are pleased to announce the release of our original means to promote the Eternal Happiness Conventions. The music of this pop hit was written by Jerry Goffin and Carole King in 1961, while this version of the backing track was produced by Mike Stock, Matt Aitken, and Pete Waterman in 1988. So let's get to the regional convention in Kylie Minogue's Locomotion. All the congregations getting on the road now. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. We're learning how to make best use of our time now. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. The next few days there's gonna be a spiritual feast. I'm sure it'll be awesome, well, to say the least. So let us join the friends in the regional convention. We gotta pay attention. Take notes, brother. Listen, hear, and pray. It's Jehovah you gotta obey. Whoa, motion at the venue and there's so much heat. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. Before the music prelude starts, we should find a seat. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. Worshipping Jehovah, built of faith, love, and joy. Preparing us for everlasting life we'll enjoy. So let us join the friends to the regional convention. Join the convention, come on, come on. Join the convention, come on, come on. Join the convention,
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Appointed speakers at the platform, young and old. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. The drama featuring Aussie Jesus is such pure gold. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. Hanging out with witnesses from near and far helps me in pursuing goals. I feel like a star. So let us join the friends to the regional convention. We gotta pay attention. Take notes, brother. Listen and pray. It's Jehovah, you gotta obey. Whoa, regional, regional, it's your regional convention. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. Regional, regional, it's your regional convention. Come on, friends, it's regional convention. Worshipping Jehovah builds a faith of joy, preparing us for everlasting life we'll enjoy. So let us join the friends to this year's convention. Let us join the friends to this year's convention. Let us join the friends to the regional convention. Join the convention. Come on, come on. 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 Join the convention. Come on, come on, come on.
Well, that was a show. You put on a show for us there, Arthur.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lloyd.
And Raven Tree Frog 2305 saying, "Thank you, Arthur. Catchy tune." Yeah, I'd like to know actually what Kylie Minogue would make of that.
I'm sure she'd love it.
I'm sure she'd feel motivated and engaged, and she'd definitely recognize it as a piece of music. So we have Mike Baker, pretty good. I'd say that's a solid review for the Spotify. Is there going to be a Spotify version? No.
I don't know whether in order to post the songs on Spotify, I would have to purchase, recording rights and distribution rights and so on.
That's when things get complicated, but at least people can hear it right here on the channel,
Lloyd Evans channel. Yeah,
and I appreciate the shout out for the Fear brochure as well. So thank you for that. We had a super chat before from Mike Baker 8499. I got disfellowshipped. Oh no, sorry, it's a new one from Mike Baker. It's funny to think about it now, but a neighboring congregation's Kingdom Hall was built at a bit of a slant that if you put your songbook or Bible down, it would slide down to the next seat. That's quite a big slant. If you can't, because normally don't want to get too technical, but normally the friction in the carpet would stop a book from sliding, so it would have to be quite a gradient.
Oh yeah.
So, okay, we're coming up on an hour. I guess my question for those of you in the live chat, we still have a few watching. Should we return? Should we revisit the what to wear during the apocalypse? I was really enjoying that conversation. Or if any, I don't think we have the link's still there for the viewer invasion, is it?
Yes, and I posted it right now once again. So
yeah,
so
if
people
anyone
have it,
wants to join for the viewer invasion, or again, just be respectful and show your camera. We can maybe squeeze in one more, or we'll hear your ideas for what to wear during Armageddon. We've got Born JW. Hi everyone. I think lots of people were born JW, weren't they? That's also what you have to kind of say when you introduce yourself as someone who used to be a Jehovah's Witness. Inevitably, they want to know why did you become one? And you have to say, well, because I was born as one. We've got someone joining the viewer invasion. Welcome to Silas Koke. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
It doesn't matter. Originally,
No, it does matter. Tell us how to pronounce your name.
Silas Koke.
Silas Koke. That's
Yes,
important.
German name, and we will see next weekend in Munich.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And
Yes.
so we're all gonna have a beer together. Fantastic. And so did you have any is there anything you want to get off your chest, or any thoughts that you have, or anything that you want to say to the viewers, or stories that you want to share?
No, I'm just excited to see you next weekend, maybe to welcome you on my channel in the next days.
Of course, yes. Now I'm connecting all the dots. Yeah.
Yes. On my German-speaking Jehovah's Witnesses rational thinking channel. I'm German, living in Italy, and
Right.
I'm excited.
So so you'll be traveling quite a way, I imagine, for the event.
Same like you, more or less.
Similar. So you said, tell us about your YouTube channel, because I think it's good to promote, kind of cross promote.
Yes. I started maybe like 1.5 years ago. I uploaded my first video. I'm standing for rationalism, liberalism, and humanism. That's my new values on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But it's specifically customized for Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm doing a lot of like historical background about the Bible, critical point of view about the Bible, sometimes maybe some criticism about the organization, some news about the organization, like lately things that happened in Norway. Sometimes I'm doing interviews that people just can tell about their story, what happened in their life, what made them leave the organization. Or sometimes I'm doing anonymous interviews with people who are active Jehovah's Witnesses, or not active, but maybe officially still Jehovah's Witnesses.
So like PMO.
Exactly.
We maybe physically and mentally out.
Exactly.
You know the so your channel, it will have youtube.com/ and then the @sign. What's your channel handle, so I can put it in the banner?
Silas Koke .rational.
Hang on a minute. Let me know if this is correct. Add banner. So, is that right?
Where can I see something?
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the correct handle? So just so we can promote it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean that's not the channel name.
Okay, but that's what I just, so people can kind of just put the @.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what appears when I'm writing a comment, for example, what I just told you. So my channel name would be this, but this is impossible for you to pronounce or to write.
Okay. Nothing's impossible, Silas. Nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did my best. And also leave a comment. That's it.
Rationalismus für Zeugen Jehovas.
Ah, yeah, very good. Very good pronunciation.
So you mentioned that you're interviewing, and it's in the German language. You're interviewing people, some of whom are even still inside, and they're PMO. Can you give us any examples of stories that have really stood out for you so far in doing this, which I think is actually a really valuable thing to be doing in Germany?
They're all unique and they all stand out. So I had one who was really healthy in his new point of view, his new values, who did it, who was in the process of getting out, thinking of his children, because he was asking himself, in what values do I want to bring up my children, and do I want them to be in the same spiritual prison like I have been all the time? And can I even teach them these values that I'm myself not really convinced of? Another one really has like accepted his fate as being a PMO, really uses this word to describe his own identity, basically.
Do people in Germany use that, by the way, PMO? Because it's obviously an English acronym.
Yes,
they still use it.
I know this word since maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago or something. Before I didn't. But since I'm doing content, I've got to know it. People like in the Dodo Club know it. Besides from that, if you ask any random person on the streets in Germany what is a PMO, they will have no idea, I'm sure, of what that is.
Wow. Well, again, I just think it's so important to share these stories, and it doesn't say a lot about the organization that you know, in the time that you've been doing your channel, you've already been interviewing people who are wrestling with this dilemma of, do I stay in? Do I make a clean break? And I released a clip recently of my appearance on Myth Vision, where I was explaining that sometimes ex-Jehovah's Witnesses can be quite unpleasant, you know, when it comes to trying to force people to make a decision. But this is really something that, you know, I don't know what you think, but in my opinion, you know, people need to do what's best for their mental health, you know.
Yes.
In many of these situations.
You need, I mean, after you're leaving Jehovah's Witnesses, you need to do both. You need to rework your point of view about the world intellectually, and you need a new intellectual stance, but you also need to rework it like emotionally. You need to somehow, I'm missing the words. Yeah, you need to ask yourself, what did all of this whole journey as being a Jehovah's Witness, what did it do to me mentally and emotionally? How did it create my personality? And you need to understand yourself and maybe learn to find new ways to get along with yourself.
You know, I've got the banner showing now.
Beautifully.
Splendid. Thank you. So can you explain a little bit more? Were you at the last year's Dodo event?
No, it will be my first time too.
Your first time, okay. Because again, I think it's really good that they have the workshops as well. It's nice that people can have like a place where they can like share their stories in person. And I know when I went there like a year ago, I'm always a little bit nervous when it comes to going to ex-Jehovah's Witness meetups, because you never quite know who you're going to run into. And obviously I'm a bit of a lightning rod sometimes for haters and that kind of thing. But it was just a really nice, relaxed experience. I think we were doing karaoke. You'll like that, Arthur.
I've applied to sing one karaoke song.
Fantastic. And I think there's a barbecue, is there? So, you know, can't go wrong, can you? Karaoke, barbecue, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, just having some fun. Yeah, Silas, it's going to be really nice to see you. And I'm just wondering, so you and I'm going to be coming on your channel. Do we have roughly a time scale so that I can I'll try and promote it on my channel. So is there roughly a time scale you have in mind for when that video is going to go out?
Today I finished my interview questions, so I'm basically ready any day.
You
this
finished
week.
your interview questions today. You've really been working on them.
Yeah, sure.
Oh wow! I really admire the dedication. I hope I can do them justice. So,
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Yeah, I hope we can do it in the next days maybe even before the event.
Hopefully, yeah. If we
But
can,
I'm not sure about, because I will have to translate it to German after we've shot it. I'm not sure how much.
Well, whether it's before or after, it will be soon. It will be soon.
Yes.
It's imminent. It's just around the corner.
Just like other happenings, yes.
Yeah, just like certain other events, yeah. So, Silas, thank you so much for joining us right at the end there. And
thank you for having me.
Did you want to just share some feedback on the sing-along with Arthur? What were your thoughts?
Beautiful voice, sound of an angel.
He keeps getting this kind of... Arthur, you do have the voice of an angel. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the angels in Revelation, because this show is actually a revelation for the ex-Jehovah's Witness community.
You could say. Okay, we'll say goodbye to Silas. Bye, Silas. See you
Have
soon.
a good evening,
Ciao, Silas,
everybody.
vielen Dank.
Bye-bye.
Auf Wiedersehen. That was brilliant. And so, yeah, check out the channel there, Silas Cooke, doing some really important work in Germany.
Silas Cooke, Rationalismus für Zeugen Jehovas. So sagt man auf Deutsch.
I was trying so hard to do the pronunciation. I still messed it up. I'm going to be terrible at the Munich event, aren't I?
No, you'll do just fine. It will be so much fun and exciting and
positive. I like the positive vibes.
Last night I booked my flight. I booked my accommodation. So I'm really
bring your swimming
really
things, because if it's in the same place as last time, sometimes there's swimming. So
it's called
we won't give the exact location.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not give the exact location. But if anyone wants to attend, fill out the form on lloydonline.org and I will pass your details on. So that's all really we have time for. We've had a light-hearted look at Armageddon. We've had some excellent suggestions on what you might want to wear as like a single digit to the apocalypse when it strikes. My favorite, personally, I think would be the T-Rex costume. I just think that would be hilarious, running down the street as the fireballs descend. Arthur, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your sing-along and for your shout-out for the fear brochure.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Those of you in Germany, I hope to be seeing you next weekend. Those of you who are attending. And see you in our next episode of the Last Days live stream. Take care.
Bye.
Now it's the end of this Last Days live stream. We hope you enjoyed the show. It seems that the world is not ending yet. Armageddon is seemingly slow. If you like the show, please do like and subscribe. Slam that notification bell. Please do comment below and your thoughts as they flow. Let the world know what you'd like to tell. If you're of a generous disposition, you can help via Patreon. The links you'll find in the description. Every cent helps the channel run. If you feel super bored and crave more cult info, head on down to lloydonline.org. But that's all that we have, so you're good to go. And be sure to stay clear of the board.